Have you been wondering what it's like to live in Castle Rock? Well, in today's video, I'm going over exactly that. We'll be touring 3 different properties starting from $600 and ending towards the $700,000 price point. If that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and keep on watching. Welcome back to Colorado Living. I'm Nicole Baker. Today we are going over exactly that, but before we get started, I have to let you guys know I am a licensed realtor here in this beautiful state, and I help people just like you relocating all across the country and actually outside of the country as well. So if you are interested, my number's popping up. Go ahead, text, call, email, whatever is easiest for you guys. If you aren't ready to reach out quite yet, but you want content just like this, go ahead and subscribe below. I post videos every Monday and Wednesday at 5 p.m. so you guys can get all the information about relocating, not just to Castle Rock, but to all the other cities in the Denver metro suburbs. So go ahead and subscribe below, but let's get started in today's video. All right, guys, as you know, we are in Castle Rock today, and specifically we are in Crystal Valley. Crystal Valley is a newer community in Castle Rock with tons and tons of new homes with builders like D.R. Horton, you have Taylor Morrison, you have Richmond Homes, Century Homes. I mean, there's like endless amounts. It's a huge master planned community. So we're going to be touring 3 different homes here today. First one is going to be starting at $600,000. I am going to do just like I do in every single video, flip the camera around, drive you guys through the neighborhood. I want to fair warn you, a lot of these homes are not finished being built yet. So a lot of the lots are going to be empty, but you can see the views, and I will also be driving through some of the already built out part of this neighborhood, just so you can get, again, a vibe for the neighborhood. I don't want you guys to be left wondering what it's like to live here at all, because that's the whole purpose of this video. So I will go ahead and flip the camera over here in just a second. Some things I want to mention about Castle Rock, in case you haven't watched any of my videos previously. I go a lot more into detail in those videos, but if you have time after this video, go ahead and watch that. I will pop that up right here in the corner so you guys can watch that later. But some of the things that you want to note about Castle Rock is specifically the location and the proximity to Denver and the airport. Those are always super important when it comes to people picking out a location to live. So typically, it depends on where in Castle Rock you're living. This community is actually a little bit further out. It's probably one of the furthest communities that you can go in Castle Rock until you're kind of like going even further, like more towards Colorado Springs and things like that. But here is probably about 50 minutes or so from Denver. I know it's a far drive, but it is a beautiful community, and Castle Rock has a lot to offer in regards to pricing and things like that. Anytime, and I'm sure depending on what city you're from, if you've purchased a home before, you know how it works. But the further out of home, it seems like a lot of the times it's more affordable somehow, some way. And especially when it comes to new homes, they typically can be a little bit more affordable, I've noticed, whenever you are a little bit further out as well. So you're about 50 minutes minimum from Denver. Then you're probably about an hour 10 maybe from the airport. So if you travel a lot, that's kind of a far drive, so just keep that in mind. And then in regards to Castle Rock itself, you are pretty close to all the shopping here. You have tons and tons of different shopping opportunities, whether it be the outlet mall here, where it has Restoration Hardware, it has the Nike, it has all of those things that you would possibly need in regards to shopping. Then you also have, you know, your King Supers, you have all your grocery stores. That's probably 10 minutes away from here, so not too bad in regards to that. But Castle Rock is kind of on its own little island in a way, so keep that in mind if you are thinking about Castle Rock as an option. But let's go ahead and flip this camera around, show you guys the neighborhood, and then I will give you a little bit more details on the house specifically. All right, guys, so we are here in Crystal Valley, and as you can see at these homes here on the left, some of them are not fully finished, but you can definitely get a closer vibe to these homes compared to the home that we're actually going to be looking at today that's priced at $600,000. but you can still get a feeling for like the lot sizes and things like that, and even the fencing. First thing I can tell, not just from these homes here on the left, but homes right in front of us as well, is they do have the open fencing. I have had people comment on my videos before talking about the open fencing, how they had no idea that that's how it was, or if you had to have it like that. Typically with HOAs, you do have to have it like that if that's how majority of the homes are. They do have pretty strict rules on that kind of thing. So just keep that in mind. If you do not like that, that might be an issue for you if you're looking especially at these newer homes, because that's a very, very common. But you can see also in this community, tons and tons of 3-car garages, which are amazing here in Colorado because we do just have to store a lot of things in our garages for some reason. I mean, again, coming from Arizona, you have pretty much like majority of the homes are closer to like 1,500 square feet, 2,000 square feet, and people need the 3rd-car garage because they also are parking inside the garage, versus in Arizona, there's no snow, so you don't have to park in the garage. I digress. Let's go ahead and head closer to that house now. I think you guys kind of got a feel for this neighborhood. Actually, before I flip the camera back onto me to tell you guys a little bit about this home, I want to show you the view. Crystal Valley is absolutely a beautiful community because you do get to take advantage of this view. I don't even think it's coming across on camera as much as it is in person, but the community is filled with these kind of like rolling hills, and that's something, again, I mentioned in all my videos, but that's something I really, really love about Colorado is you do get to take advantage of the absolute beauty, and they do a really good job at keeping the integrity of why people love Colorado with the rolling hills and things like that, not just like super flat and boring and just like no life to it. We love Colorado because it's just so lively, right? So anyways, let's go ahead and head over to this home. All right, guys, we are here. Ta-da! So as you can see, it's not quite finished yet. I will pop up a picture of what it's supposed to look like, and also some of the interior photos, not specifically for this property, but something that the model home uses as an example to what you can do and what type of features you can add into here. As you can see, it is a ranch style. Ranch style homes, which is the single story homes, are definitely harder to come by here in Colorado. So that's amazing. This is starting at $600,000. You also have the 3rd-car garage, which is again hard to find on the ranch style home. So that's another amazing feature. But hopefully you guys kind of get a feel for what you can get right here. And then also this builder is D.R. Horton. So D.R. Horton is known to be a little bit more affordable. So we love that. Thank you, D.R. Horton. It definitely makes it a little bit easier when seeing that price tag and that monthly payment. So let's go ahead and head over to the next house. All right, guys, we are about 5 minutes away from that previous home. But before we get started on this next home, I wanted to mention a couple things I did forget to say about the previous property. So that property was 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,772 square feet. So keep that in mind too when you're thinking about sizing and stuff like that. A lot of these homes don't come with finished basements, so that square footage is based off of no basement, but keep that in mind if you are looking at that $600,000 price point. The next house that we are headed to right now is going to be a little bit more expensive. We are going to be looking at a house that's $659,000. That way you guys can kind of get, again, if you've never watched my videos like this style before, I usually do 3 different houses in kind of around about the same price point, but I start at 600, do like 650, and then 700, something where it's kind of showing you that $100,000 price gapage that, you know, depending on what you're looking for, might make sense for you. Okay, so the next home is, like I said, $659,000. It is 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. This one is 2,442 square feet, so quite a bit bigger, which is amazing, but also that's why you're gonna see that price point difference. So let's go ahead. This, like I said, we're only 5 minutes away, so the community is pretty similar, but might as well give you guys some more looks at what it looks like here in Castle Rock, because I know when I moved here, that's what I wanted to see. So let's have me shut up and show you guys the video. guys, we are here at the property. As you guys can see the outside of the home, I'm going to pop up a picture of the outside like I always do and some interior photos. Again, this house is not completely finished, but it definitely gives you an idea of what you could get in this price point. And then also I wanted to have you keep in mind as well that again, it is the open fencing. The builder of this home specifically is going to be Century Homes, which is again typically a little bit more inexpensive builder, so that's amazing for you guys as well. This home is pretty much double the size, I would say ish, almost 1.5% bigger than the previous home. So keep that in mind too when you are thinking about the budgets. I know that this is just fully just an example of what you can get, but I just want to preface that I don't want you guys to think that necessarily this home specifically is going to be available. This is really just to show you guys more or less the neighborhoods and what you can get in this price point in Castle Rock. All right, guys, we are at the next location, just a couple seconds away. But before we get there and I show you exactly what this home looks like, I want to preface by saying pretty much this whole entire neighborhood looks very similar, and a lot of these newer home communities do look pretty similar. So if you're not necessarily looking for that cookie cutter, I guess is what people would say, or traditional tract home style property, I would definitely stay away from some of these newer homes unless it is maybe what they call an infill home. So typically what that means is they kind of just found this random lot and then built it up from there. It's a little bit more customized, those kind of things. Obviously that typically comes with a higher price point, so just keep that in mind. But we will go ahead and head to the next property. But before we do, I'm going to tell you a little bit more details in regards to this. This one is D.R. Horton. Again, we're kind of right back where we had started. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths on this one, 2,398 square feet. I will pop up again, just like I always do, the front, the inside, and all of that once we get there, and you guys will definitely see why this home is priced at $700,000. All right, guys, we are pulling up in just a second here. We just got to turn the corner. But again, like I was saying, if you're not looking for that typical cookie cutter home, I would definitely stay away from the newer homes specifically, because they are all pretty much the same nowadays. I don't mind that at all, but you guys can leave a comment down below and let me know, do you guys like the cookie cutter or like tract style homes? Are those in anymore? People that are moving to Colorado, do they like that kind of stuff? I could go either way. I could go extremely old and like the absolute opposite of cookie cutter, or go for cookie cutter. It just depends on the mood. These new homes are so gorgeous that it's hard for me to say no to them, because you literally don't have to do anything at all, which is just absolutely amazing. I love it. But we are actually here, and I'm going to flip around here. It's actually this corner home with the 3-car garage. Gorgeous. You also have a little covered patio, which is nice, and then you have no neighbors directly next to you, which again is amazing. I'm going to pop up the exterior photo that's like more professional looking, and then I'm gonna pop up some interior photos as well, so you guys can see what I'm talking about when I say why I think it's $700,000. Typically when you're looking at these homes that are kind of like the all white beautiful gorgeous kitchens, it seems like they're going for a little bit more. Those are just what it costs to like get all these amazing upgrades in your home, and somehow some way it's all white. My boyfriend absolutely hates that. Again, I would love to hear your guys' opinions on all these houses that I'm showing you. I love the light white bright kind of feel, and then my boyfriend's like, it feels too white. It's like too clean looking, like it doesn't feel cozy. So I love to hear what you guys have to say about that in the comments below. But let's go ahead and flip back around so I can tell you guys a couple more things about Castle Rock. So Crystal Valley in Castle Rock is just a small scratch on this amazing city that you can potentially live in. There are tons and tons of things to do, like I mentioned earlier, and I would love for you guys to go back and watch that video. I will pop that up now for you guys. I also have a video comparing Castle Rock and Parker. Parker is one of my absolute favorites. Castle Rock is, again, seriously so beautiful, and this is one of my parents' favorites, so I love comparing those two in a video as well. But you guys let me know, what do you think about Castle Rock? Are there any other videos you guys would love me to make about Castle Rock. Crystal Valley is a small portion, and a 600 to 700,000 price point again is super narrowed down just to make these videos interesting for you guys. I don't want to make it too broad because then you're not really getting any true information. But again, if you want a specific price point or a specific area in Castle Rock, let me know. Otherwise, I will continue to make the multitude of videos about Castle Rock and all the different price points and all the different neighborhoods that they have to offer here. So go ahead and just let me know in the comments below. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you got some value out of it. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button. If you guys want more content just like this, again, I post every Monday and Wednesday at 5, so go ahead and subscribe. And before I let you guys go, I am a licensed realtor here in this beautiful state of Colorado. So if you're interested in purchasing in Castle Rock or any of the surrounding suburbs of Denver, I would love to help you guys out. My number's popping up. Feel free to reach out, text, call, email, whatever's easiest. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.